Hi everybody, Jill from Fig Jam. Jumping on today, I'm making a Lychee and Guava soap, which is going to be a pink and white swirl. And I've already got my hard oils in a bowl here, and I've got my granules of lye here, and I'm going to mix that in this bucket. I'm going to just put my glasses on, keep my eyes safe, got my gloves on. So we're going to mix this in the bucket here, and then I'm going to use what is known as the, don't it look gorgeous? Oh, tell you what, that's something else, isn't it? Anyway, better to be safe than sorry. So I'm going to do this as the heat transfer method. Since I've tried it, I absolutely love it. It just saves a whole lot of time. Instead of mixing stuff and putting it outside and waiting for it to cool down and all that stuff, I now mix it straight onto the hard oils, and it melts them, and then you can just get on with it. And I'm using these standard moulds today, and I've got my soft oils waiting to go in. I've got the fragrance oil, she says, as she waves it around. And I've mixed up some salt and sugar to go in. The salt hardens the bar up a bit, and the sugar makes it extra bubbly. So I've got that sitting there. I've got my pink ready to go. It's a candy pink mica. So I use a little bit of that. And I've also got my titanium dioxide already mixed up, ready to go. I've mixed that with a little bit of oil. This is a titanium dioxide that goes with water or oil. So I've mixed it with oil today. So let's just get on with it, will we? Get all that in there. Make sure we get it all out. Give it a mix. I don't want to breathe the fumes in, but we give it all a bit of a mix there. And I put my salt and sugar in there at the same time. So that's that in there. Give it a mix. I want to feel that the grains are gone, because the heat also helps to dissolve the sugar and the salt, so you get a better bang for the buck with that one as well. So that feels okay. Yep, that feels really good. So now move this over here. I don't have to fiddle a bit to get this in camera properly, because I'm using my iPad today. Anyway, pouring this all over the oils. You can see there's a bit of heat coming off that, so which is good. So yep, that's all in there. Now I'll just start mixing with my trusty old mixer, and yeah, I'll see if I can make sure I move that. There you go. You can see what's happening there while I mix these together, and it's quite doesn't take long, but it's kind of a therapeutic thing to do. You feel it's actually quite an enjoyable process. So I don't find myself thinking, gosh, I wish I'd hurry up. I quite like mixing these together. It feels nice. So we've got to enjoy what we're doing, otherwise there's not a lot of point to it. I actually just love making soap. I give a lot away. I sell soap, but I actually, at the minute, whenever we have visitors, family are over, I always say, how many people need soap? Don't go home empty-handed. So yeah, I just love making it, and yeah, absolute sucker for it. So I was taught by a lovely lady that lives in Epping, Victoria, and I did that course about 2 years ago, and I was absolutely enjoyed the course, and she still runs courses. It's Catherine from Coconut Lux Naturals. So if you're in Victoria or Melbourne and you like the idea of doing a course, I wanted to do the course. It's the first time I've ever done anything like it, I can tell you now. I've run other businesses and you know, quite successful online businesses, but never made soap. And I thought, let's learn the right way, because I know there's, you know, as they say, there's a science to it, and you want to get that right. I don't know what that is. Something snuck in there, so it's now gone. So anyway, that's just about done. If you've got little weeny bits left, it doesn't matter, because when you put the blender in, it blitzes up, you know, the last bit. And this is a mix of coconut oil, palm oil from Sustainable. I buy my palm oil from Heirloom, and it's sustainable. And it's got canola oil in it. And I put 100 grams of shea butter in, so that makes it a lot more luxurious than it might be if you didn't. There you go, knocked everything flying. That was clever, Jill. So anyway, nearly knocked over my fragrance oil. Thank God I didn't. So now I'm just going to pour in, I'll see if I can get that angle back again. See if we can get that right. I might have to prop it up with something, because, you know, these stupid iPads move around a bit. So anyway, I think that might be okay. Yep, anyway, I'm going to pour in the soft oils. So they go in. Make sure I get it all out. I'll reuse this jug for my, when I hive off some white to do the swirl. So that's in, which is good. And I'll just give that a bit of a stir through. So there we go, just getting that slightly blended in before I get the blender onto it. I need to make sure I do a proper check on the trace today, because my last batch of soap, I think because it was such a cool day, I didn't check carefully enough, and I made it just didn't set right. And I think the reason it didn't set right is because it hadn't reached a trace, a good solid trace. And you know, if they don't reach good solid trace, oops, they don't set up properly in my view. So anyway, I'm going to give this a whirl. So block your ears. It might help if I turn the stupid thing on. God. Anyway, here we go. Here we go. See how that's going. Another little something must have dropped in off the spoons. Anyway, they're now out. I'll give it one more whirl. I think that'll do for the minute, because I want to split the colour out. So while I can still split the colour out before it gets too solid. He says, hoping everything doesn't fall over. Oh God, I don't know. Some people are messy, aren't they? Anyway, I'll split some batter out into this jug, and that'll be the swirl. I think that will do. So let's clean that little bit up. Scrape the bowl down. That looks really healthy kind of batter. And it's still a bit warm, so which is good because it means that it's, you know, if when you're using solid butters like shea butter and, you know, palm oil and coconut oil, which is a more salt, they get a bit solid. When it's cool, they actually start to solidify, and that's where you get that, what they call the false trace. You think it's starting to set up, but all it is the coldness is making the oils set up, and that's not good because then you don't mix it enough. Anyway, grab a spoon and I'll mix in my pink mica. I don't want too much. That might be plenty. So I'll give that a bit of a go with the spatula first. Oh, sorry, my whisk. Just put a little bit of a titanium dioxide in there just to make it a nicer type of white. I like it to be a light pink, so that's what that, yeah, that's really mixed in nice. I will give it a burl when I use the blender to put the fragrance in. Fingers crossed it doesn't set up too quickly. But that's looking really nice. I'm happy with that. And now I'm going to mix in, I've got another good little whisk. So I'll move that to the side and I'll put the titanium dioxide in there. I actually don't like titanium dioxide. I actually think it sets things up very quickly. Yeah, not a big fan, but I do like the fact that you get that whiteness a little bit brighter than you might if you don't use it. Although I have to say I do like the natural colour of soap. I think it's got a really nice look to it. So there we go. So that's that. Get the mould in place. So we've got the mould here. We're using one of these, as I said. And I'm going to just now pour the fragrance oil in. Give it a good stir. I haven't made this one before, so this is new. And fingers crossed it sets nicely, but it's a good recipe. As I said, Catherine, who taught me how to make soap, makes a really nice pink and white guava and lychee bar. And I thought to myself, why not give it a burl? And it's pretty much her standard recipe, although I've added shea butter to this one. And always I run everything through soap calc, so there's no problem of it not being a good recipe. I always use soap calc. I hope you do too. It's the only way to make sure you're getting your measures right, because if you don't, you know, you've got to make sure you've got the right amount of lye, the right amount of water, even your fragrance oils. You'll get that all correct if you use the calculator. So now I'm to the white. Just put the fragrance oil in. Give it a good mix. Gosh, it does smell nice, and it's nice and white. Right, now I'm going to pour it in from a height. I will lift everything up later so you can see, but I'm just drizzling this right up and down, and down. Up and down. Scrape it all out. Not much left in there, just a few little blobs of pink across the top. Right, so that's that all mixed in. Now, I do want to give it a swirl. So you can see in there it's all blobbed in. So let me just move this a little bit. And no, I don't think that's going to show you, which is a shame. I can't see what's here. I'll show it at the end, but I'm going to swirl inside. I'm just swirling a spoon around and then back around the other way. And do a little bit of a lift up. So we get a little bit of pink and white at the top. So I've done that. And just wipe along the top. Along the top there. Yeah, so I'll just lift this up. I'm knocking everything over today. What a klutz I am. So let me just see if I can get you a picture. There you go. You can see what's on top. And I'll also do, I will texture the top. And when that's done, I'll add a little bit of that into the picture as well. But yeah, I'm quite happy with how that's turned out. But I'm just waiting for it to thicken up a bit because, you know, when you go to texture them, you want them to be a little bit set. The only way you know when it's actually ready to be set is by playing with it. So, yeah, we'll give it a bit of a texture in a minute and see if we can get that in view. I don't think I'm going to be able to. I need to use my other phone stand. God. Anyway, maybe we can do it this way. Let's see. There you go. Let's see if it's ready. It's sort of. Yeah, that's not bad. A little bit of pink and white and a little bit of texture. So there you go. That's it. Finished. And I'll cut it tomorrow, but I'll let you know how it goes. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed watching, give me a thumbs up. And I'm really grateful to all of the followers I have. It's so nice to have people from all over the world, you know, message and say hello. So I love to see what you're making. So if you want to put your channel up, let me know what your channel is and I'll give it a thumbs up and watch it. And we can all support each other. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. As I said, I'll put a link to Catherine's soap making details. She has an ebook helping people get into wholesale if you wanted to do wholesale. I don't do that because this is really more of a hobby. But anyway, that's the pink I used. It's so pretty, candy pink. And it's just the lightest bit of pink. So anyway, have a fabulous day, everybody. And so long from Jill from Fig Jam, located in Victoria, Australia. See you soon. Bye.